All right, guys, the long-awaited video you guys all been asking for. We're gonna go over all the little details and everything that we've done on the Latimer F-150 OBS and try and name all the little details that we did, all the people that helped with us on this build. So we're gonna start from the front and we're gonna work our way to the back. First and foremost, we got some KC lights integrated in the grille, the front bumper. We have a nice big thick skid plate on the front for them, so you know when they go do some bush whacking and rock bashing, at least everything will be safe. We have a big K&N air filter with a 4-inch tube right here. We'll pop the hood open in a second. You guys can get a better look at that. We got, which Mitch made beam kit. This kit is absolutely awesome. Mitch has been a big part of this and he's became a really good friend with us now. You don't find a lot of people. We had a lot of questions. When we started building this truck, we didn't know that the motor was pushed back 7 inches. Had no idea. So once we started putting in the beam kit and we started looking at things, stuff wasn't lining up right. Well, we call Mitch, he hops on his computer, we start going over measurements and things and quickly figured out what our problem was with the motor pushback, which isn't a big deal. All we had to do was just extend our radius arms and it was simple like that. But you don't find a lot of people, like companies like that are willing to answer the phone on the weekend, after hours, and help us. So thanks to Mitch. This is a beautiful beam kit. The geometry is absolutely stunning on this thing. We have it strapped at 23.5 inches of travel on 40s, and it works amazing. Super stoked on that one. Thank you, Mitch. You guys make sure to go check out Mitch Made. He's got a ton of new parts. He's got billet I-beams, billet knuckles. He's coming out with third member stuff. He's got hubs. Make sure to go give him a follow and a check out. Really good dude, solid guy. So back into it. We have all the steering, swing set steer and everything on this. We have his Mitch Made beam kits. We got his billet hubs on the outside. Sorry, billet knuckles, not hubs. We got the billet knuckles on there. Everything cycles. We are running a 3040 in the front. Now let's pop open this hood. We have some McNeil fiberglass on it. Fiberglass is super nice. Shipping was a little rough to it on us, so we had some stuff we had to fix. Nobody's fault besides, you know, the lovely shipping company. All right, as you guys see, it's a big single tilt hood all the way in the front. Now, a lot of people that have asked this is how you got the geometry right. Well, we have a really solid CAD dude that helps us a lot with geometry. He's an engineer. His name is Troy Barker with Troy Barker Designs or Quick Saw Racing. He's a real good friend of ours, real good partner on us. He helps us with everything. As you can see, it's pretty complex geometry. It looks very simple, but it was very complicated. The hood actually had to come up and forward at the same time, and we wanted it to lock out on its own links. So there was no straps, this, or anything like that. So he absolutely nailed it. It came out perfect. We love this hood tilt, and it's all integrated into the hood tilt cage. So it picks up the whole front of all the headlights, the grille, and holds the hood all one piece. We have a big old radiator in the front, and I'm sure you guys can see some of these lines here. Yes, the truck has AC, and let me tell you, it's the vintage air kit, and it's the biggest one they make for a single cab. It blows 41 degrees. This thing's an ice box. I'm gonna assume Lee Latimer maybe wants to hang some meat inside this thing while he's in Baja to keep it nice and cold. And it's really cool, so we love that. As you can see, the big giant 4-inch tube to pull all the clean air. The motor is a 351 spec motor, so it's stroked out to a 377, making 535 horsepower. It is a very healthy engine, runs really, really good. Then you can see Corey did some awesome geometry on figuring out the shock brackets and everything to get everything working nice and pretty. It came out beautiful. We got the engine brace that unbolts, that crosses over to tie the two tubes in there so you don't get any spreading. Very simple to remove. You can still get the engine out with the headers and everything all in one shot straight up out of the top. The whole radiator assembly comes out in one cage. As you can see, you got a tie-in bar, so that all comes out in one shot. we have independent windshield wiper motors. Most pre-runners don't have windshield wipers, so my brother located these, and they're actually for a boat. They're marine grade, waterproof, salt proof. They're meant to be out in the ocean. They're independent motors, so you don't have an arm anymore, which a lot of people know. When you have an arm that's running across, it's really hard because you have cage tubes that come in from the firewall into the inside dash bar to the front. So as you can see, when you have stuff like that, you can't make it work. So he found these. They're programmable. They have a wash mode and everything. You can dial it in 10-degree increments. So whatever you want. Or if you want to do a mono wiper, you could also do that. As you guys can see, the wiring on the truck, we did it from front to back. That was my brother. He's an electrical engineer. Insanely smart dude. He did everything this. All mil-spec bolt head connectors. The front harness, cab harness, back harness, completely separate. Everything is labeled. Every single wire tells you what it goes to. Printed out a giant wiring schematic for it. Very simple to diagnose. So if they're out in the trail in Baja, something happens, they can easily diagnose the problem. Very simple. Love it. That's pretty much wrapped up for the front. So we're going to move inside of the cab. So first thing you probably see is this black door panel. This is a one-piece aluminum door panel. We 3D scanned the door. We made similar to what a stock door looks like, but a little bit better. We got radios integrated, or speakers integrated into it, got billet door handles. We left this raw aluminum that's just sanded just for the look because it breaks up the contrast and helps it with just easier on the eyes. It's not overwhelming with black. And a little extra we did is copper rivets and then copper washers that hold everything on. It's the little details that really matter. We have a McNeil dash in it. We actually did a suede wrap over it, so it is suede, and you can see it's really awesome stuff. We have the kicker panels here with the Freiday Racing copper embossed stamp. The whole floor has been double thick on the insulation underneath, and then on top of it, it has boat decking. So this way he could just sit there and pressure wash the whole thing out if he needed to. Boat decking on the roof. We added some more cage tubes. The truck did already have some tubes in it. We had to cut a lot of it out because it wasn't done correctly. So we fixed everything in the inside. We mounted the giant Vintage Air AC kit. We did side panels in it, Rockford Fosgate. Everything's ran on Switch Pros. Simple gauges, GPS controlled speedo in it with odometer gauges in it. It has power windows, power door locks, butt heaters, whip lights, underglow, everything that you can fit inside this truck, it has it. Super happy with how everything came out on this. The inside is probably one of my favorite pieces. It's a comfortable truck, surprisingly, because it's a single cab. You don't normally get a lot of room, but it actually is very comfortable. I'm 6 foot tall, I fit in it great, so we're super happy with that one. Then we'll work our way to the back. We have the jack mount already in there. There's some stuff that's covered up, so obviously you guys can't see a lot of it. There is a battery tray underneath here. There's a fire suppression system bolted up on the back side of the cab. We have a storage box right here so he could throw all of his tools, whatever he likes. We did have to go a lot into the back section. We noticed when we started getting into it, how they had the sway bar done before. It had a lot of cracking. It wasn't braced right. There wasn't enough X bracing in the back. So the back of the truck was twisting, causing some cracks. Not a big deal, so we went through there. We cut off a lot of the sway bar tubes underneath and redid a lot of the back half. We cross-braced everything so it keeps it from twisting, going through the bumps, mitigates cracks, and it gives an overall better feel of the truck. So you're not just floating around and it feels real wishy-washy. Then underneath, obviously there's no spare on it. We have a auto lift bump stop here, or that's the bump stop, auto lift tire carrier, and then we did a storage box underneath. So you can put whatever you need. As you can see, you got a tire strap in here right now. This is one of those things, is whatever he does put in here, we'll pack it full of foam to keep everything nice and tight from rattling around. So you know, alternator, straps, whatever that you need to throw in the box. If you really wanted, you could probably put some ice in there and drink some beers or sodas on the road. We have the two coolers up back. We have a transmission cooler and an oil cooler to keep the temperatures very nice and happy, because you're pushing big old 40s. When you hit sand washes, things get hot, so you need all the cooling power that you can get. We redid a fuel cell, which you actually can't see, so we're pretty happy. You can see some of the pumps and stuff and all the hoses right here. It actually tucks underneath this box. We ended up getting 56 gallons of fuel that this thing can hold. Usable, safely bet to be, say, 50 gallons. Came out absolutely awesome. We redid the sway bar. As you can see, we were talking about cracking issues. So we moved the sway bar to the back, and it has a common tube that runs all the way across. Then you can see all of the Y bracing, X bracing, whatever you want to kind of call it. It does have a Curry 9-inch in it. It's got a 6.0 gearing. We would like to probably change that in the future to probably a TT style 4-inch tube housing. And then we'd probably end up going with a Mitch-made third member and hub assembly on this in the future. Not right now, because everything still works. So those are future things that we're going to probably end up addressing later. In the back, we do have a 3025 shock setup. It works pretty good for right now. Like we said, there is upgrades that we can always do later. We might do a bigger shock package to match the front and the back. But as of right now, with the weight of the truck, it works really, really good. So we're pretty happy with that. We'll probably leave that for a while until he's ready to upgrade and do some more stuff, maybe the same time as the rear end. And maybe at that point, we would like to pull the engine and transmission out, finish boxing all the frame to what we could get to, and get that figured out. Now, we'll go to the other side real quick so we can show you guys what we did on the link brackets that run to the back. So underneath here you can see, it's a little cramped and dark, but we got a nice exhaust that's coming out. It has a single Borla that goes 2-to-1, dumps out right here. The note is perfect. You can see that we have a drive line strap here. And then this whole assembly, this is your link bracket, your transmission mount, everything. It all unbolts, it's tied into all the other rear link brackets. Take everything out, this can drop out completely. You can remove your trans. It is strong. It has been pushed back, like we said, 7 inches because the engine and trans has been pushed back, so your link arm here is longer. The truck has a 4L80 in it. So it has the overdrive, which most people want that for pre-running. You could always do a 400 and do an underdrive on it, but for the average person, that's not cost effective. So 4L80s are a great transmission. They're super strong. Very happy with how this truck is driving, running, and I think that's about, there's one. I missed some, and I want to give a shout out to this guy because he was very good. We'll come on to the other side. A lot of people don't think about this is when they put big 40s on a tire, you have to steer these things. So this truck not only has race brakes, it also has hydro steer. Min from, I might pronounce his run name wrong, so I apologize on that, but Min from Minworks in Phoenix, he rebuilds all the steering boxes and pumps. So we were concerned about the flow rate of the original box on it and working. We called up Min. He said, yep, send it over to us, we'll get it all fixed. So we sent it to him. He actually found some issues that would have been a huge problem for us later in the future. He got it all fixed, working perfectly. This truck you can steer with one hand, not a problem. You can hit all the bumps, you don't have any feedback in it, which has a lot to do with the geometry in the front end too. So thanks to Min for that. It is absolutely killer setup. He is in Phoenix. If you guys need any steering box stuff, or anything like that, make sure to hit him up on that too. And then I just want to thank a few people on this build. I want to thank Lee Latimer and Dawson Latimer. It's not very often that in the industry that we're in that we get really, really appreciative customers. And Lee and his son Dawson have been one of the best people that we have worked with. We had this project for a little over a year. We did a lot of stuff. They would come by, they were always ecstatic. They were very accepting when sometimes when you get trucks like this, obviously there is a lot of things that wrong with it. So it's not fun for the customer to hear like every day coming by, hey, we have a problem here, we need to address these. Well, they were very accepting of that and said, we just want to make it right. We trust your guys' opinion. Do what you need to do. And they were very easy to deal with. So I really appreciate the customers out there that are nice and willing to work with us and understand. So thank you to Lee and Dawson. We appreciate you guys. And then of course, Corey. Corey is my main fabricator. He is my right-hand guy in this business for fabrication. He does everything. He is a genius. The guy doesn't get a lot of credit. I want to give it to him. Thank you, Corey. He had a lot of say in this truck. He pretty much would sit on paper day and night, drawing, sketching things of what he wanted. I don't know if the dude ever slept. He just worked nonstop, and this was really his baby. This was his doing. We kind of ran with a lot of his ideas, and he absolutely nailed it. So thank you, Corey. You were a great person. We really appreciate you. And then the last person that I would love to thank is obviously Troy with Quicksaw Racing. He has been a huge help with that. That dude is an engineer CAD guru. He is an amazing person. If you guys haven't checked him out yet, make sure to go give him a follow. If there's stuff that you need, hit him up. He does CAD modeling for people, so don't be afraid to ask him. And then of course we got Next Level Digital Media right behind us. The guy that behind the camera, you don't get to see him yet. It's not the best looking, so we'll try and hold him off a little later. Just kidding. But John, I want to thank you for doing the video stuff on this. It helps me with my business. Everybody knows you guys all want to see the progress and stuff, and I am so busy, I don't get a lot of time to do video stuff. It's hard, it does take a lot of work, so thank you, John, for the video stuff. And next video is going to be more ripping in the desert. Maybe we can get Terra Crew to come out and shoot some videos with Destroy build series, and we'll see you guys out in the desert.